In the previous video, we talked about the history of money and how we got to the current system that we're using today, including the developments around digital money and the current technological system. But before we go further into blockchains and cryptocurrencies, it's really important to understand what money really is to its core so we can understand what digital money is and how it plays into the new digital economy. So, money as we understand it has three main characteristics. These main characteristics are as a medium of exchange, a store of wealth or a store of value, and a unit of account. So let's go through these one by one and explain what they mean. So, real simply, a medium of exchange is any instrument or system used to facilitate the trade of goods between parties. So, let me repeat that. It's an instrument or system that's used to facilitate the trade of goods between parties. So, a medium of exchange can be anything that we use to trade. So, if we all agree that Pokemon cards are going to be the new hot commodity and we're going to use them as currency, then I can go and pay you in a Pokemon card in exchange for goods and services. That Pokemon card would be considered a medium of exchange, a medium being something that facilitates the transaction, and an exchange being a financial transaction. The second characteristic of money is as a unit of account. A unit of account is a standard monetary unit or measurement of value. So, what that means is we can price things in that unit. So, in the US dollar system, the unit of account is the dollar. And so, it's the standard monetary unit because we can price things in dollars. I can say this at the store costs $15, that at the store costs $3. And so, the unit of account in the dollar system is the US dollar. The third quality of money is a store of wealth or a store of value. And a store of wealth is any asset, commodity, or currency that maintains its value without depreciating. And depreciating means it loses its value. So, an asset is anything that you own that has value. A commodity is something that we use that has value. And a currency is something that we use as a medium of exchange that sometimes is used as a store of wealth. So, what that means is money should be able to preserve your wealth without losing over time. So, if you bought something like gold, then realistically, you should be getting wealthier over time and not losing money by holding that asset. So, those are the three main qualities that money needs to have. It needs to be a medium of exchange, so individuals can use it to transact in the economy. It needs to be a unit of account, so we have a measurement for what that money is worth in the economy and what the purchasing power is. And it needs to be a store of wealth, which means it needs to hold its value and it can't depreciate over time. So if we can just take a quick look at the money market today. There's 8 major global currencies. Those major global currencies we teach in our Forex courses. That's the dollar, the yen, the Great British pound, the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, and some other currencies. There are 180 total currencies in circulation in the world, but there's only 8 major currencies. And what major means is they're used transactionally across borders and they can be accepted in more places than just the home country. The total global currency market is 96.7 trillion. When we talk about the cryptocurrency market here in the next few videos, you'll see that the cryptocurrency market is around 1.7 trillion. So it's somewhere around 2% of the global currency market in terms of total size. Now, it's also important to note that we have, let's call it $97 trillion of currency in the global system, but we also have 252 trillion of debt in that system. So what that means is there's more people owing money than there exists money in the system. That's a major red flag in the system because it begs the question, if there's so many people that have debt, but that debt is not backed by any money, is that debt real? And so it brings up all of these complicated questions about what money is and whether or not we can manipulate the rules. So that was a brief introduction to money. We feel like it's very important to understand how money works before we jump into digital assets, before we jump into what digital money is. Now that you understand that money has 3 basic characteristics, when we go and look at the dollar and Bitcoin more closely, you'll be able to understand why they're considered a form of money.